Hey, coming in live. This is Tony Shivers. Hey, all-conference baseball player, tried out for the Atlanta Braves. Went to Shaw University for accounting. I know business, but 30 days within my college experience, my roommate was killed, thrown from the 8th floor window. And just watching him before he took his last breath, just not knowing as a teenager at 18, 19 years old, what to possibly do to save this guy's life. And 4 hours later, he died, broke every bone in his body. Also, I went back home and I didn't know what to do. I started having nightmares and I started doing drugs and partying, and I created a life of drugs and alcohol, and I got into a street life. And in that life, I want to talk about this lifestyle. This lifestyle that I began to find my identity. The false sense of power. The attention I needed as a young man that I was missing for not having a father. I want to talk about the not having the discipline and able to set boundaries and knowing what healthy boundaries was, not even knowing what true friends was. Is it the absentee of a father, a mother, a brother, a cousin? They talk about the prison and pipeline. I began to be a statistic as well as a person that operated in that prison and pipeline, because all through school, not learning how to communicate or socialize in a healthy manner, I grew up angry, and baseball became a mask where I hid that anger and frustration. And so after school, I ended up going to prison because I used my influence and impact in street gangs. And as we created those street gangs, that's where I felt a sense of belonging. And so, facing 783 months for conspiracy, knowing that the judge would possibly go and have lunch and drink beer with their buddies and say, man, could you see the time? Could you see the look on his face? Could you see the lack of support of when I gave him that time? But on to the next guy. So if you don't know the law, you don't have family support, if you don't have the influence to be able to step in and give you the support in the midst of frustration, surviving is not the answer. But when you begin to live, you find your identity, and you will not allow people to have control over your life. I heard many times during my 7 years incarceration that I heard officers say that they put us there. No one put me nowhere. I put myself there. A quote from Miss Emma Goodman. She said, the most violent element in society is ignorance. So I lacked a lot of things, and through my expression of lacking in ignorance and just not knowing, not saying that I was stupid, I began to survive, but from the lack thereof, I was blind, bumping into any and everything. It became survival skills. I had a mask for every situation. I had a mask for the street gangs. I had a mask for my family. I had a mask for school. I had a mask for everything that I did. I had a mask for relationships. I didn't even love myself at the time. So I didn't even know how to operate and love other people. Even when they knew my potential, I didn't believe in myself. I was angry at God. I was angry at my father for getting killed. I know it has nothing to do with him. But I also learned something while I was in prison. It was a program called Stop, Change of Direction. Survey, think, option, prevention. Well, when I surveyed the things that was going on through my body, through the way that I responded, reacted, or expressed myself as a person, then I also know that when I think I have options to be able to either react to a situation or systematically or strategize in the way I want to express myself or not even say anything. Some answers are well just left alone. And then also options. I never know that I had options. So a lot of my whole life I survived. And so now I'm thinking about prevention. What is going to prevent me from being violent, prevent me from acting out of ignorance, prevent me from leaving my son and my daughter and my family in awe as if that Christ can't change a life. What is going to prevent me for expressing myself out of anger and the lack thereof? So on today, if I can encourage someone, a teenager, an adolescent, a young man that's still in active street life, active addiction, someone that's getting out of prison that don't know what to do, all I could tell you do, man, is network, learn, master who you are. Master, go back and reflect on the things that was given to you through your childhood. Everything that you have learned and experienced, you have skills and ability and things that were given to you that are foundations in your life. And so start building upon those foundations, because God gave you a gift and a talent, and your family blessed you to be in this world. So that bloodline that you was created into, go out and live that life, because only you know what you want to do. Peace. I'm going to swim. T. Shivers.